Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you my Best of Raw and SmackDown DVD collection. So, let's get into this. So, I guess starting out, I'm going to say that these are probably my favorite, DVDs. So, I started watching Raw around 2008. I started watching WWE in the year 2008. I believe I did a video on my channel called How I Became a WWE Fan. So basically, I watched the episode of Raw where Batista and John Cena won the World Tag Titles, and I wanted to learn more about WWE. And one day, it was like the summer of 2008, I still was like a kid. I didn't have a job back then. I was like middle school age. Maybe I was like 11 or 12, I'm guessing. And I was in Walmart with my family. And I saw this DVD on the shelf. At the time, this was brand new. And I got it. And this was kind of like a great way to learn about the Raw history. It's the Best of Raw 15th anniversary DVD. And I kind of like how the cover is. They don't make DVDs like this anymore. So yeah, this is the first DVD that I ever picked up in my DVD collection, in my WWE DVD collection. We have the Best of Raw 2009. This would be the complete first full year of WWE that I watched. So I was very excited when this DVD came out. Looking back, 2009 wasn't really WWE's best year, but when I was new to wrestling, I didn't quite know that. Everything was like awesome. When you first become a WWE fan, you don't really look at the bad stuff. You just look it up. It's all awesome and it's all new to you. This is the Best of Raw 2010. 2010 was kind of like a good year. 2010 is when it started. 2010, I would say, is the year that people started to accept that I was a wrestling fan. You know, usually when you become a wrestling fan, people make fun of you. This is kind of the year that I feel like I was in my it wasn't just a phase. It was for life that I was going to be a wrestling fan. And of course, Bret Hart that made his return. We have You're Either Nexus or You're Against Us. We have Randy Orton, who just turned babyface. We had The Miz, won his WWE Championship. Miz was probably the most hated wrestler at the time. I hated it when he cashed in. Now I have a little bit more respect for The Miz because he's been through a lot. I mean, I feel like he's been through in WWE, and he's been in situations where a lot of wrestlers would have just quit, but he stayed loyal to the company. I feel like I'll get more into. I feel like when Brock Lesnar was the Universal Champion, Miz kind of felt like the guy, the main event top heel. I think Miz did a better job at being the top heel in 2017 than Brock Lesnar did. And hang on, guys. I have to turn down my TV because don't want to get copyrighted. I don't know if you heard that noise or not. We have the Best of SmackDown 10th anniversary. Kind of like how they did this DVD. It was like a countdown. So, for the longest time, where I live, we didn't get SmackDown. I think it was on the My Network channel, and for some reason, in my location, that wouldn't come through on DirecTV for some reason, so didn't really have access to SmackDown. So when this DVD came out, it was pretty great. I got to learn more about SmackDown. Of course, we have SmackDown, the best 2009, 2010. This was kind of a weird DVD. I think they were just like trying to get caught up. It kind of drives me nuts that it's not the complete full years. They only do like half the years for like both. And then of course SmackDown moved to Sci-Fi, and then finally I got access to it. 2011. Looking back, this was like one of the best years in WWE history. Of course, we have CM Punk, which I think I liked CM Punk even before he did the pipe bomb. I just thought that like he was kind of cool. Like before then, I thought the rivalry he had with Jeff Hardy in 2009 was pretty good. And this was the year that The Rock made his return. Wrestling was kind of like talked about a lot during this era. What else happened in 2011? There was also the Randy Orton versus Christian feud. Mark Henry. It was like a good year. We had the best of Raw, SmackDown 2012. I have this on Blu-ray. This is the year that Chris Jericho made his return. Team Hell Knows. No lesson in anger management. Oh. Oh, we have AJ Lee, CM Punk's wife. Okay, so we have the best around SmackDown 2011. I would say 2012 is kind of the year that I discovered TNA wrestling. Not really the year I discovered TNA wrestling, but I started to get more invested in learning about the other companies. 2013, I actually thought the Authority angle was pretty good. In my opinion, the Authority angle was the last good storyline before we had the Bloodline angle. Of course, we have the rise of Daniel Bryan. We have the best of Raw and SmackDown 2014. This was the year that Brock Lesnar ended the streak. We had Return to Batista, which I'll give you my thoughts on Batista in later videos when I do other DVD reviews. But I think he's a good wrestler. We have The Shield. Daniel Bryan won the world title at WrestleMania. This was a pretty good year. It started out good. And we have the best of Raw and SmackDown 2015. In my opinion, this is probably one of the last good years of WWE under the Vince McMahon era. Of course, we had WrestleMania 31. Seth Rollins was the WWE champion. We have Bray Wyatt. We have the best of Raw and SmackDown 2016. This is kind of when I stopped watching WWE for a little while. Mostly because this is when Vince McMahon's like booking style started to get like bad out of hand. You can like see it kind of like go downhill. We have 2017. Yeah, so I don't know too much about these years because I wasn't really watching it much back then. It's kind of like a blip in WWE. These years are kind of like a blip. in like WWE's history. The only good thing about this is that they did like the women's revolution, so that was probably one of the only good things that came out of the 2016, 2019 era. Other than that, like, it was just like, I feel like these were like the worst years. In my opinion, it was very like a toxic time to be a wrestling fan during 2016, 2019. There's like two kind of fans when it comes to WWE. There's two kinds of fans when it comes to WWE. There's fans that love professional wrestling, and then there's like the Vince McMahon fans, the like fans that will defend Vince McMahon no matter what. These are kind of like the fans that will like defend the bad booking decisions, and like WWE sometimes likes to lie to their audience. A lot of times too, they'll make promises. They'll try to like twist and tell the narrative of the stories a lot of time, and there's just some fans that fall for it, and I just like don't understand how you can fall for like a lie. Like the Saudi Arabia incident with WWE. I remember when the Saudi Arabia incident happened, and there was like wrestlers, and rumor had it that there's like wrestlers being held on the ground, and Vince McMahon releases a statement that, well, I remember like there's more in depth on the Saudi incident. There was like that journalist that like got murdered, and then WWE decided to still go on with like the show, and then there was the like flight issue, and like apparently Vince bailed on his like wrestlers, and Vince McMahon like writes out a tweet, and he's like, some of our fans got stranded due to flight technical issues, but we know that wasn't really the case. It was some sort of like disagreement that Vince McMahon had with the Saudi president, and the Saudi president didn't want to let the wrestlers go, and Vince McMahon just like bailed out on him. It just like amazes me that like some people actually fall for like the lies that Vince McMahon tells. It's like, it's kind of see-through. Now we have the Best of Raw 20th anniversary collection. This is a pretty cool DVD. They released a lot of the like Raw episodes. Of course, at the time we didn't have the WWE Network, so this just like came out right before. They should have done something with this with like SmackDown, but they never do. Of course, we have Raw 100 moments. This is also the 1000th episode of Raw's in here. Pretty good episode. I don't like that WWE went like 3 hours. I think a 3-hour show is like good when it's like special occasions, but week to week it's just like long. I like the 2-hour format. I think it's a lot better when it's a 2-hour show. And then they made SmackDown recently a 3-hour show, so I just don't like sitting through a 3-hour Raw and SmackDown. And then we have Raw the 25th anniversary. This episode wasn't that good. I probably would not have gotten this on DVD. Somebody gave it to me, but I don't think there's no way I would have like gone out of my way to get this DVD, because a lot of these moments are just like rehashed from other DVDs. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. Subscribe for more videos.